So the May monthly awards program just came out yesterday in MLB The Show 23, and it was a very intriguing one. There were a lot of really good names, and then some of the attributes were kind of underwhelming, but a lot of them were very good. But today, we're doing another tier list because you guys love these videos so much. Today, we're going to be doing a tier list of all of the May monthly awards players. For the C tier, we have Christopher Morel, Eddie Rosario, Michael Wacha, Mitch Keller. Yes, one of the 98s is in my C tier, hot take. And then Owen Miller and Spencer Steer. Starting off the C tier, we have Christopher Morel, and this doesn't mean he's the worst card of the C tier. I don't really rank the cards in the tiers, but he is in the C tier. Now look, he has max power versus righties, and he has 99 arm strength. But the thing about tier lists is when you're making a tier list, you have to rank them in order of the players in a specific pool, aka the monthly awards players only. This card is good, but all he can really do for you is be a pinch hitter versus righties, and he's not even going to help you that much when there's a runner in scoring position with 87 clutch. He can be a really good defensive substitution, except he has 72 fielding. He can play 6 spots with good speed, but this card was pretty underwhelming. Now, Eddie Rosario's swing is butter. Like MLB The Show players who've been playing for a while know that. And him having high contact and clutch with 121, 125 contact and 125 clutch helps him a ton because the PCIs are big. It's just there are better options, man. It comes down to the power being 75, 73. This card is going to be usable in ranked seasons, but they're just better cards in this program. Michael Wacha was one of my predictions. I successfully predicted him as a card, and he is a C tier card in my opinion. Look, the hits per 9 in the pitch and clutch are very good at 114 and 118. The break is really good, but the control is meh. The pitch mix is pretty solid. He doesn't throw that hard. And when you have a guy who he's going to make the PCI small, and he has a decent pitch mix, but he doesn't throw hard, and every other pitcher in this program throws pretty dang hard. So I think Michael Wacha is C tier. As stated earlier, Mitch Keller is my hot take. Now, it's nothing against him, and Pirates fans, don't take this personally. It's just this card is not as good. I think it's better than than Michael Wacha. He might not actually. Okay, no, he's better than Michael Wacha after looking at that pitch mix. But Mitch Keller, the 92 hits per 9 ruins this card. If that was literally 100, this card would probably be an A tier card. It's that bad because when you're facing Mitch Keller, the PCIs are going to be huge. He is a really good pitch mix. He has 99 velo. He has really good control and break, but he could be a B tier card, but he was just such a disappointment with the 92 hits per 9. Owen Miller is another C tier card. Now look, it's nothing against the guy, but he's not built for MLB The Show. 107, 109 contact, 125 clutch. The clutch helps him out, of course, but having only, as a hitter, having 85 power versus righties and 64 power versus lefties, you better hope that contact is in the 120s, and it isn't. It's in the 100s. Defense is 82, can play pretty much everywhere. He doesn't have a good arm. His arm is horrible, so he's going to be bad in the outfield. He does have good speed, though. But this card is just not it compared to all the other cards in this program. Spencer Steer is the last card in the C tier, and just like how I predicted with his attributes, there isn't one thing that this guy is amazing at. He's just a balanced card in the 90s across the board, silver defense with pretty solid speed, can play 4 spots. But when you don't have a single attribute above 100, you have to be at the bottom. Moving up to the B tier, we have Framber Valdez, Freddie Freeman, Lourdes Gurriel Jr., Nathan Eovaldi, Riley Green, and Tanner Scott. Moving on to the B tier, we have Framber Valdez. Now, Framber Valdez, sinker, curveball, cutter, circle change, four seam, pretty good repertoire. Control is very good. Break is really good. Has 99 velo, no outlier. He is break outlier. He has 97 hits per 9, 116 pitching clutch. The difference between this guy and what's his name? I keep forgetting player names. Mitch Keller. The reason why I have Framber Valdez a tier ahead of Mitch Keller is because they have pretty similar pitch mixes. Keller has the cutter, or no, he has the what does he have? Regardless, they have pretty siller pitch mixes. Valdez has a little better hits per nine and a little better pitching clutch, but the hits per nine is still not good enough to be A tier. Now, I know what you guys are going to say. Again, you're hating on a contact hitter who doesn't have good enough power. I get it. There are cards that are very good with good contact, maxed out versus both sides and clutch, just like I predicted, and I almost nailed the power ratings exactly how they were. I think I had 82 and 93 in my predictions, and his defense is 76, but it's first base, so it doesn't really mean as much as other positions, but I mean, the guys ahead of him are just better. It's just a fact. Look, if you like contact hitters, go for this card. This card is good, but there are guys who have just a little less contact and a lot more power and a lot better fielding. An example of a guy who has a little less contact and a lot more power is Lourdes Gurriel Jr. Now, he's still in the B tier. He's still in the B tier because the 71 power versus lefties is pretty bad, and Freddie Freeman meets the 80 power threshold, so it kind of cancels out. But this card is going to be good. 110, 125, 109. 125 clutch also helps him, of course. But that power versus lefties at 71 cannot put him above B tier. I'm sorry, it just can't. Nathan Eovaldi is another B tier pitcher. Now, he's kind of the opposite of Mitch Keller, where he has really good hits per nine and really good pitching clutch, but the control is okay, and the break is very good. The pitch mix could be a tiny bit better. It's good. Four-seam splitter, cutter, curveball, slider. If he had a sinker, it would have been a really good pitch mix. He throws pretty solid at 97. I don't know why I said throws pretty solid. Throws pretty hard. But, like I always say, the pitchers ahead of him are better. They just are. So I can't put him on the same tier. On paper, this card seems like an A tier card, but I can't put him in the same category as some pitchers that I have in A and S. Now, I'm not going to waste your time. Riley Green is pretty much the exact same scenario as Lourdes Gurriel. Max contact versus both sides with 118 clutch. Also, how does Riley Green have 125 contact when he hit 365, when Owen Miller hit 364 and had contact in the hundreds? I don't understand that, but regardless, it's literally the exact same situation as Lourdes Gurriel, except more contact and a little less power versus righties. The last card in the B tier is Tanner Scott. He is the worst reliever in this program. Still good. Still a good reliever. 119 hits per nine, 117 Ks per nine, 122 pitching clutch. Those are all very good. Those are all S tier. 99 velocity, S tier. Does not have outlier. The only reason why, or two reasons why. That control is atrocious. That alone, that's a maximum of A tier alone, if everything else is perfect. And the break, not as good as you would hope. And the pitch mix, slider, four-seam sinker, good enough for a reliever, but not good enough to be S tier or A tier. For the A tier, we have Dari Moreta, we have Luis Robert Jr., we have Wander Franco, and Will Smith. Starting off the A tier, we have another reliever. We have Dari Moreta from the Pittsburgh Pirates. 125 hits per nine, 125 pitching clutch. That's obviously S tier category. 117 Ks per nine, very good. 99 break, very good. The control is actually deceiving. The 65 walks per nine is really deceiving because his attributes are 95, 94, and 90. So he has amazing control. And the break is very good as well, 99, 99, 85. So you're probably wondering, where is the weakness? And there are two. He doesn't throw insanely hard. He throws 96, and I'm only critiquing these guys. I'm not really critiquing them. I'm just pointing out why, or I'm just proving why he is an S tier. He's an A tier card because he could throw a little harder, and his pitch mix could be better. Slider, four-seam, circle change. This card will be very good for you in ranked, but he's not going to be an S tier reliever. The second guy in A tier is Luis Robert Jr. Now, 125, 111, 101. For contact left, power right, and power left, it's very good. 105 clutch is very good. The contact versus righties is 92. You got it. That's the reason why he's not an S tier. 99 fielding, amazing. Everything else, very good. But I can't have a PCI that small in ranked seasons for you to be S tier. This is an A tier card. Like, guys, I'm not hating on all of these players. I'm just pointing out why they're not S tier. And 92 contact versus righties isn't good enough to be an S tier. Now, Wander Franco is pretty much the same situation as Freddie Freeman, where he's a contact hitter, and I do like contact hitters, but the power isn't good enough to be S tier. 8173. It'll still be a good card, switch hitter, but it's not an S tier card. And the reason why I have him above Freddie Freeman is because he has him beat on the defense, 97 fielding, with a much better arm and better reaction, and he has really good speed at 88 with 99 steal and aggressiveness. Will Smith is another A-tier card, and it's strictly because of his stats versus righties. 98-86 is not going to be an S-tier card. I don't care how good the swing is. I don't care what the clutch is, 108. I don't care how good defensively he is, which isn't elite, but it's good. 81 fielding with 81 reaction, or 82 reaction, 81 blocking. But he's not an S-tier card. This card is going to be very good against lefties, and he does have clutch to help him with the righties, but 86 power versus righties is not going to be S-tier. And for the S tier, we have Aaron Judge, of course. He's the lightning card. It doesn't guarantee an S tier, but it should be an S tier, unless SDS did something wrong. Blake Trinan, one of the captains, Evan Phillips, and Felix Bautista. You guessed it, the lightning card is in S tier. Now, I've seen some debate on Twitter about the 54 vision being bad, and I've yet to play with this card. But from what I've played, which is mostly Hall of Fame, vision isn't really as important as some other attributes. I would rather have 54 vision than 54 power, or 54 contact or clutch, or fielding. So, look, 112, 101 contact, very good. Max out power versus both sides, obviously S tier. 125 clutch too is S tier. He's going to be 125, 125 with a runner in scoring position. His defense is amazing. I was worried about it when they announced him, but they didn't rob him. They have 92 fielding, 99 arm and accuracy with 81 reaction. And he also has pretty okay speed. But just in general, this is a very good lightning card. And when it's a good lightning card, which is the best card of the program, it's going to be S tier, of course. Now, I don't think this is ever going to happen again, where we have an S tier card within the first 4 points and as the first reward in the program. But Blake Trinan is an S tier card. 125 hits per 9, 125 pitching clutch, 100 Ks per 9, 99 velo, 99 break. Has outlier on the sinker. Pitch mix, sinker slider, four seam cutter, very good. Control, good. Or I wouldn't say good, but it's pretty good. Break, also pretty good. This card is amazing. Blake Trinan cards are always insane in MLB The Show. And to consider the fact that you can literally do two moments, and you get this card is ridiculous. S tier easily. Evan Phillips is the second of 3 relief pitchers outside of Aaron Judge that is in my S tier. Slurve, cutter, four-seam sinker is a gross pitch mix. 125 hits per 9, 125 pitching clutch, 107 Ks per 9, 99 velo, 99 break, no outlier, but still has 99 velo. The control, really good. The break, really good. There's not one weakness with this card. The last card in this tier list is Felix Bautista, the last card of the S tier. 125 hits per 9, 125 Ks per 9, 125 pitching clutch. That alone should get you into S tier unless there are some things that hold you back, and there really aren't. He has outlier on the four seam split or slider. Could be a little better of a pitch mix, but still good for a reliever. Control, I don't know why I just pressed R1 by accident. Control is good. Break, elite, 95, 99, 97. This card is another S tier reliever. I think Evan Phillips is better, but they're both S tier. So yeah, that is going to be it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you're new here, follow me on all my social medias, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. But most importantly, make sure you subscribe right here on YouTube. So yeah, see you guys in the next one. Peace.